So a lot of guys are really dating in desperation. And this is a very important point. You never want to date in desperation. But so many people do it. And you're probably thinking, why would they date right now as opposed to waiting? I can't speak for them, but for me first, I have to get my house because that will make a difference. Every woman can't come back to my house. A lot of men, they don't understand that the name of the game is control. So a lot of women, they look for men that they can control. You don't worry about them. When men talk about 304s, I know they watch red pill content. There is no such thing as a 304. It's either she's a righteous woman or she's not. It's simple. You want a righteous woman. If she's not righteous, at the end of the day, you don't judge her. One without sin, cast the first stone. You don't have to call a woman a 304. To everybody that call a woman a 304, this is going to be a great video because you don't have to do it. Why would you call God's creation a 304? A woman, it doesn't matter if she's a working woman. We're just acknowledging the fact that she's working. But why would you call God's creation or lower God's creation to a 304? So now men are limited women to numbers. Why? Why? And I'm gonna tell you why, because you guys listen to dating coaches like AMS, Steph is Cole, FitX Fearless, and these guys, they coined a term and made you believe that God's creation is a 304. When it's all said and done, leave women alone till you have your own land, your own real estate, your own house, your own car. Enjoy life first before the woman comes. See, one thing about me is this. I've been to 42 countries, probably over 30 states before a woman, before my wife comes or before my family comes. So as a man, I think it's very important to understand the double R. And I'm not talking about a Rolls Royce, but get your resources right, then get your real estate right, get multiple properties right, and then you go out and talk to women. It would be better if you had beach houses, a house in Italy, a house in Portugal, house in Cape Town, house in Switzerland. It would be better if you have multiple properties before the woman comes. You have a business, you have an operation, because see, when the woman comes, the goal is to be with her 24/7. You don't need to be working while you have a woman. That's why guys like working women, because they really can't afford to be with the woman 365 days. So once men acknowledge we really can't afford women, I think it will be easier to step your game up because you accept the fact that you can't afford to be with a woman 365 days. Now, you're probably thinking, Mr. Keep It Simple, can you be with a woman 365 days? Not in America. I could drop my pride. See, I could say that. So the fact that I could say that, I stay away from them. And I feel like as a man, if you drop your pride, it will be easier to stay away from women in countries that you can't afford. Now, could I afford a woman and a family in Vietnam? Yes. Could I afford it in Laos? Yes. Could I afford it in the Dominican Republic? It depends. It's kind of tricky, but at least I'm real with myself. As a man, be real with yourself. If you cannot afford to take care of a woman and take care of a child, it's okay. It's okay. And I'm gonna say this again, it's okay. We live in a culture where people like to laugh at people, and you gotta stop and think, what is so funny if you can't afford to raise a child and take care of a woman? That's not really a laughing matter. That's actually a beautiful matter, because you realize I shouldn't be in a woman's face. A lot of guys, they're in a woman's face and they're there to play games. Life is not a game. Life is serious. Life is genuine. Life is real. So if you know you don't have any real estate and any resources and you still asking a woman for her phone number, there is no way you could call a woman at 304. A lot of men are bitter. And I always told you guys from day one, don't get bitter, get better. It's easier to get better than it is to be bitter. To me, it's harder to be bitter than to get better, because if I get better, I'm gonna feel excited, like, okay, I'm getting my resources up. Okay, I'm getting my real estate up. Okay, this is going the way I want it to. But if I'm bitter, it's easy to be like, oh, she a 304, oh, she this, oh, she that. No. Now, do I acknowledge the fact that women are getting cracked every weekend? Yes, but those are not the women I want. We need to put the highlight and the focus on women that we want. And it'll be easier to vet a woman once you actually establish, because you'll be able to sit back and relax. Most guys can't even relax because they're checking their debit cards, they're checking their bank statements, creditors are pulling money out on a date. Most guys can't even get out the parking garage. I know that happened to me. Most guys can't really afford things. So I feel like, how could you treat a woman good if you're stressing financially? And I'm gonna say this again, how can you treat a woman good if you're stressing financially? The whole goal is eliminate financial stress. Get your resources where you could take 10 summers off. You could do it. In the words of Bobby Boucher, you can do it. And the fact that I believe you could do it, all you gotta do is lock in. And once you lock in, guess what? Then you start to make real estate plays. They call it real estate because it's the realest thing ever in the matrix. Once you get your real estate, you get your property, your land, whatever, your duplex, whatever, then you will feel more confident around women because you realize you did what the majority of men who are insane didn't do. I believe men that know they live in a first world country and know that men have Lamborghinis and houses and beach homes, but they still feel that I could compete with them, they're insane. The goal is never to compete, the goal is to eat. You cannot be in a woman's face if you have yet to eat. Learn how to eat first, take care of yourself first. And before you take care of a woman, I'm gonna share this, take care of your mother. Take care of your mother first, and then it'll be easier to take care of a woman. And I'm gonna say this again, take care of your mother first, and then it'll be easier to take care of a woman. What most guys do is, they don't take care of their mother, then they go into a relationship, and then they end up hating women. No, it's a process. Give back to those who give back to you, and then take care of yourself, live, travel, see what's out there, and then when you find a woman, it'll be more natural, like Eddie Murphy and Coming to America. Let it breathe. Do not rush anything. 9 out of 10, most people that date, they can't afford to date 365 days. So the question here is, can you afford to be with a woman 365 days? Spending the minimum of $300. Do the math. If you cannot be with the woman 365 days without spending the minimum of $300, leave the dating game right now. Dating coaches want you to play because the more you play, the more quarters you put in the arcade. The dating game wants you to keep on playing the arcade and you keep on losing. It's an addiction. The dating game is an addiction. Rejection breeds obsession. The more these guys feel rejection, they become obsessed with the game. You don't have to play games. The majority of men, you got to stop and think, how many guys are going to introduce themselves or talk to a woman if they don't have real estate? A lot. How many guys smile and get in a woman's face and they can't take 2 summers off? A lot. You don't want to be average. The goal is to rise above the influence, and don't let anybody encourage you to date without real estate and resources. Let it breathe.